All right, Joe Rosen here with my top 50 collection. I love doing this every once in a while. I got a couple great cards recently, and I got one big one specifically that is my new number 15. So I had to do a new video, but we're gonna start with a handful. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of honorable mentions, right? One of my favorites here is this 1933 Gaudi Jimmie Foxx. It's a really nicely centered card, great registration. It's got some rounded corners, that's what holds it back. But other than that, this is just such a great card of one of the best hitters ever. I love this card, so I had to bring it up as an honorable mention. This is a very rare card. I want to say there's double digits graded by PSA. And I got this in an auction, and it was just a beautiful card I'd never seen before. I love the cards from the early 1900s that are those tobacco or candy size cards. So when I saw this one pop up, man, I had to go all in. Pretty doggone cool card. So there we go from the E90-1 set. Moving over to, I'm slowly becoming a back guy, right? So we got the T206 set, probably the biggest set in all of card collecting. Spans 1909 to 1911. It's got the famous Honus Wagner card. No, you're not going to be seeing that card today. And this is a sharp 3.5 of Vic Willis. It looks great. The centering's pretty decent. The white border is clean. It looks crisp. But here's why you buy it, right? It's got that beautiful cycle back that a lot of people are attracted to. Anything other than Piedmont or Sweet Caporal is kind of nice to pick up because they're a little bit more rare. So that was kind of cool. This is a recent pickup. Got it maybe a month ago in an auction. It's one of the tougher pickups in the T206 set, right? There's 524 different poses. This is one of the more challenging ones to pick up. And I like it for that reason, right? But to be able to find it in a PSA 6 and it's a new Lighthouse label, that's that label right there at the top, right? I had to go all in on it. So I got it at what I thought was a steal of a price. I assumed it was gonna go for quite a bit more. So very happy with that one, Mr. Ray Ryan. Here is probably, in my opinion, one of the top 3 commons in the T206 set, the Shag Shaughnessy. And look at that hair, man. Isn't that some badass hair? Having no hair, I'm pretty jealous of this guy. I think he looks like a complete stud. And with that popped collar, man, good luck telling this guy anything. He knows everything. And to be able to get it, I think from memory, it's got 2 different backs. Maybe it's a Piedmont and an Old Mill. I can't remember. Something in an Old Mill, and that's if I'm correct. But yeah, this one's an Old Mill, which is a little bit more rare. I don't know if it's specifically rare with Shag, but it's more rare by far in the T206 set. So love those off backs, so we got a nice one there. And the last of the honorable mentions is probably one of the worst baseball players in the T206 set, Jap Barbo, but we didn't get it because the fact that he was a great player, right? It's a beautiful card, especially for a 2. It must have some hairline crease I can't see, but the colors are very vivid. The white borders are sharp and white. The corners are great, but it's got that Carolina Brights back, man. That's one of the rarer backs that you're gonna find in the T206 set. It's the only Carolina Brights I've got in my entire collection, so it was a cool addition, and I'm excited to have that one in our honorable mentions. So moving up to number 50 in my top 50 collection here, we're gonna start off with one of the big Cubs. Everybody loves Joe Tinker. It's a nice portrait. It's one of those cards you really don't see a lot of, and I'll tell you it's because there's only 88 graded by PSA, right? Only 88 graded, only 9 higher. So this is a really sharp card. It's a higher grade for a 1909 E90-1 card and a PSA 4. It's got that new label, which I love. And then of course, just like we saw in the Mordecai Brown, it's got that typical E90-1 back, right? So kind of a cool card coming in there at number 50. Moving up to number 49, we've got another Cub. I'm heavy on the Cubs, man. I don't remember how many there are on my top 50, but I got a lot in my collection. So we got Mordecai Brown, or 3-Finger Brown, because he had a little, I think it was a farming accident, lost a couple fingers. Claims it made him a better pitcher. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's a cool little story. To be able to get that in a PSA 4 is pretty awesome. Great colors. Again, the centering's really solid. The borders, the color, the registration, all of it. But to be able to turn this around and see that it's got a nice old mill back, right? One of the rarer backs for me is just a really cool addition, putting it in at number 49. Moving up to 48, we're gonna get to the new stuff, guys. This is about as new as it gets for this guy. 1954 Topps is a great set. Man, my reflection kind of sucks in this video, but it is what it is. We've got one of the coolest depictions of a baseball player in card collecting, in my opinion. The kid looks like he's about 15 years old, and it brings me back to my playing days as a kid, thinking about baseball, collecting all of my 1980s and 1990s Donruss and Topps and Upper Deck cards, and I was a kid. So to be able to see Ernie Banks smiling as a kid, probably loving the game just as much as I did, and it's a sharp depiction, right? You're gonna see a lot with this card in the darker part of the hat and right in this forehead area where it's really dark. You'll get a lot of snow, right? Little white spots. I can see one on his hat right there. You can probably see it in the video, right where my shadow on my finger is. You'll see that all over the place. This one has barely any. It's got great left to right centering. It's a phenomenal PSA 3, and it's one I'm probably gonna have a tough time ever getting rid of. So there we go, coming in at number 48. Moving up to number 47, we've got a card that I remember, like this was the that's not true. This was the number 2 card that everybody wanted when I was a kid, right? We all wanted the 52 Topps Mickey Mantle because we saw it in the Beckett, we saw it was the big boy. Didn't go back to the Honus Wagner back then, but this was the number 2 card we all wanted. We wanted Nolan Ryan, and we had no idea, nor do we yet have any idea who Jerry Koosman is. But it's a cool card. It's tough to find centered left to right. I think that the centering on this one, left to right, is pretty daggone good for a 4. Everything about it was really sharp. I was very happy with it. And the backs often come uncentered as well. This one's off-centered too. You can see it's probably 75-25 fatter on the right. But this is pretty decent, honestly, for back centering. It's really tough to find. I'm not really overly concerned about back centering, but yeah, it's just kind of cool to see. So there we go, 1968. I'm pretty sure that's by far the newest card on my top 50 list. Moving up, we've got one of my last, we do have a couple what I would consider to be more newer cards, but this is probably one of the last ones here. Sandy Koufax and a 4.5. And I'll tell you, this one too is very challenging to find centered. You'll see that left to right centering is good, top to bottom centering is good. No snow that I see. It's got great vivid pictures. The corners are sharp, the borders are sharp, everything about it is sharp. One of the best left-handed pitchers in the game of baseball, and to be able to get his rookie in a 4.5 that sharp looking, in my opinion, is pretty damn cool. So very excited to have a Sandy Koufax rookie coming in at number 46. Moving up to number 5, we're gonna get back to the old boys. And here we go, that 1909 to 1911 T206 set with Mr. Napoleon Lajoie, man. This dude was so good that they actually named a team after him, right? The Naps. And I love, he's one of my favorite players to collect. I am not unique in saying that. He's a tougher player to pick up. He's certainly gonna cost you a little bit of money. But to be able to get this beautiful sunset shot of him with the with bat pose and a 2.5, and then when you turn it around again, I'm really going after those off backs lately. To be able to get it in an old mill was pretty special for me. I was pretty excited about that. So there we go. The Lajoie, a 2.5, coming in at what is that, number 45? 45. All right, let's move up to number 44. We've got another one, baby. It's the portrait. This is my favorite Napoleon Lajoie card in the set. In fact, it might be my favorite Napoleon Lajoie card, period. I just think it's a really good looking card of him. It's a great portrait. I know the portraits carry a lot of popularity in this set. And for a 2, I mean, the centering's great, the registration's great, the color's great. It's got weak corners, but I'm not really a big corners guy. I could care less. And here's that sweet capital back. This and the Piedmont backs are most common. You can see it's got a little bit of adhesive there over the word sweet. It was probably attached to, you know, some kid's wall back when he was a little kid. But man, whoever that little kid is, thank you for taking such good care of it, because now it's coming in strong at number 44 on my list. So pretty excited about that. Moving up to number 43, we've got one of, these are my favorite, man, the first 5 Hall of Famers in the game of baseball, right? You had Babe Ruth, Honus Wagner, Ty Cobb, my favorite player, Walter Johnson, and this gentleman right here, Mr. Christy Mathewson. They've got two different, I don't know what you're going to call them, backgrounds in this. Oh, yeah, it says it right there, backgrounds. You've got the pastel background, which is like a white background, and then you get the blue background, right? I've got a couple of these M116s. You'll see one more on this top 50. But of the M116s I've got, all of them are the pastels, which are a little bit easier to pick up. I've only got one. It's a Sam Crawford of the blue background, but it's kind of cool to have both, right? And there's the back. Just a really cool looking, unique back. So used to the T206 backs because you see those cards everywhere. These are a little bit more challenging to find. I thought this was a phenomenal PSA 1. There's only 88 of these graded by PSA. So, you know, the rarity, the fact that he's one of the first 5 in the Hall of Fame, phenomenal picture. Just, you know, I was pretty excited about that one. So here we go. Coming in at number, is it 42? I don't even know anymore. We're in the 40s. We've got a T204 Ramley. This is the only Ramley I've got. I've wanted one of these forever and did a lot of shopping for it before I picked it up. Got this one in an auction through REA. And the centering, left to right, top to bottom. The top's a little fatter, but the left to right is really good. It's a sharp depiction of Chance. I think sending this back in and getting a 4, maybe even a 5, isn't that crazy. I know everybody says it, so everybody listening is probably rolling their eyes. But it's a sharp card, man. Kind of like the T205 set in that it's really easy to get chipping on those gold borders, but it's the ornate look of the card, the gold, and it's raised, right? So if you run your finger, your thumb across it, you'll feel the texture of the card. It's really cool. And then looking at the back, it's an advertisement for Turkish cigarettes, 10 for 10 cents. And again, you can see the engraving around the perimeter of the card. All of that, if you run your finger across it, you can feel. So I thought that was really cool. I had to pick one up. And of course, I got a million Cubs, so I got a Cub. All right. Moving up to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Probably number 40, but I don't know where we're at. I do this every time I do one of these videos. We got the highest graded by far in the top 50. Just picked this one up the other day. Part of the Black Swamp find, which I always wanted one of the cards from the Black Swamp find. I got one. It's an Evers. Centering's great, color's great, corners are great. It's got one of those 2022 grades of a PSA 8, but it's a 1910 card. So we're talking about 112 years old, and look at how sharp that sucker is, man. It is absolutely stunning. I love this card. I was excited to pick it up. Once it popped up, man, I was all over it. Beautiful card, cool back. Just shows you all the different depictions in this set. And yeah, again, that Black Swamp find, if you don't know anything about it, go look it up. It'll be a cool investment of 10 minutes of your time to hear one of the coolest baseball card stories you'll ever see. Moving up, let's see what my list says. Now, my list says this is number 40, so let's go with the list until it proves me wrong. Got this one a while back. My favorite player, again, Walter Johnson. It's the T207 brown background set. In my opinion, this is the best card in the set. Got this one also through an REA auction. There's 168 graded by PSA, or at least there was when I looked this up. And this one almost reminds me of an American Beauty backed T206 because they've got those really tight borders where they're trimmed a little bit more than other cards, just, you know, for whatever reason. From what I heard, the American Beauty tobacco packs were a little skinnier than the rest of them, the Piedmonts, the Sweet Caporals, etc. So they had to cut them a little bit thinner. I don't know what's going on with these T207s, but they also have a little tighter borders than the rest of them. You can see it's got a Recruit Little Cigars advertisement there on the back, and then a little verbiage about my man, Mr. Walter Johnson, coming in at number 40. All right, let's move up to number 39. What do we got at 39? Oh, this might be the prettiest card in my entire collection. Lots of color. Again, we got a Cub. Just a stunning, stunning, stunning depiction of Evers. And looking at this card, there are only 30 graded by PSA, 7 higher. We've got a newer label, that Lighthouse label, a nice fat 5.5 grading, and it's just a great, great, great depiction of Mr. Johnny Evers. Looking at the back, this is a tougher set to collect. It's got that PWCC above average. What is that? Top 30%. Top 30% sticker that everybody likes to tease me about because I like them and they think it's goofy. So feel free to tease away. I still like them. I don't care what you say. Let's move up to number 38. Ooh, this is a good one at 38. This is my third Napoleon Lajoie. Oh, we need a water break. Here we go. Third Napoleon Lajoie on the list, and there will be more, folks. This is a tough one to find too. E90-1, there's only 99 out there with 35 graded higher, and the centering's a little off. I would say it's probably, I don't know, 70-30, something like that. It's not bad. Maybe it's 65-35, whatever it is. But for a split second, I thought, it's off too much. I'm not going to take it. And then I thought, dude, you might see 2-3 more of these in your life. Get it! So I got it, man. It's a cool card. One of my favorite players to collect, Mr. Napoleon Lajoie. There we go. All right, let's move up to number 37. Oh, yeah, we're going back to one of... So my favorite thing to collect is the first 5 Hall of Famers. This absolutely fits this. And when I saw this, let me see, who did I get this one from? Oh, yeah. So when I saw this one, it is an absolutely beauty for a 2, right? This is probably a 4 or a 5. Just looking at it, right? The borders, the centering, the color, the registration, everything of Christy Mathewson here looks absolutely phenomenal. And with this card, there's only 150 out there graded by PSA. But when you look at the back, you can see that bottom right corner, it should say Philadelphia Carmel, I think, Company. And then on the bottom, it should say Camden, New Jersey, right? But you can see on the bottom right there, it's got that little bit of paper loss. Doesn't impact my desire on the card at all. In fact, I'm so thankful I was able to pay PSA 2 prices for what on the front looks like a 4 or a 5, man. So I totally dig this card. Love it. I can't imagine I'll ever get rid of it. I've looked at 3s that would cost me more, and they're not in as good a condition on the front. Just can't pull the trigger. So this one's going to be a tough one to get rid of. Coming in again at number 37. All right, let's get up to 36. Oh, now we're cooking. We're turning the heat on here. We're turning the heat on here. Not only are we bringing up Mr. Cy Young, right? He's got a doggone award named after him, but we'll get there soon. The back is a Sovereign back, which is pretty doggone cool. So this one's got a few more out there. 345, not quite like some of the last few, but still pretty rare, tougher to get. I don't think that this one, a lot of my cards, in my opinion, are in pretty doggone good shape compared to the grade. This one, I would argue, is either appropriately graded or maybe even a hair overgraded. I've tried to upgrade this one once or twice. I've failed every time I have. But yeah, so this one I am trying to upgrade. The top to bottom centering, it's fatter on the top than it is on the bottom. It's a little fatter on the right than it is on the left. It's got that really ugly crease in the top left. The bottom left corners beat the hell. But dude, it's Cy Young, right? So I had to get one. Again, there's only 345 out there, so I had to grab one. And at some point in my collecting career, I'm sure I'll upgrade this bad boy. But look at that, man, a nice Sovereign back. I don't know what the pop count on the Sovereign backs are on this one, but that one to me just kind of makes it really cool, right? And I don't know T206 backs at all. T205 backs. I know T206 backs, and I know the rarity. And Sovereign isn't, ridiculously rare, but it's considerably more rare than a Piedmont or a Sweet Capital. So is it the same in T205 with this Cy Young? I have no idea, but it makes me feel warm and cuddly inside just believing. So whether it's true or not, right? Here's one of the coolest, well, I say this about every doggone card I have here, so don't even listen to me anymore. I think they're all cool. Here's number 35, Mr. Playboy Joe DiMaggio, right? Look at that centering. That's why I picked it. I did a lot of shopping for this card. These cards are not that challenging to find. There's 1,481 out there, at least there was when I looked it up. And it's not tough to find them. What's tough to find is one that's appropriately priced and has great centering. This one's got great centering. It's got some dinged corners, especially that bottom right corner. But yeah, you can vaguely see it here. You can also see the top left corner. But the centering's awesome. The depiction's awesome. There's not, I don't see any snow. If there is snow, maybe to the left of his hat bill there, right there, just a speck of it, but not a lot at all. It's a phenomenal looking card. I'm not a huge fan of the 39 play ball set, but this and the Ted Williams to me are just such cool, classic, iconic cards. I had to have this one, so picked this one up, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago. Absolutely love it. It's got something weird going on up there in the top right corner. You can see that little white spot. It probably in this video looks like light's hitting it the wrong way. It's not. That's the card. It doesn't bother me at all. It's some sort of imperfection, but yeah, it's got a nice little write-up on Joe, and it's a cool, iconic card of a great Yankee coming in at number 5. All right, or I'm sorry, 35. Let's get up to number 34. Oh, we're going back. Man, how many cards does this guy have in my top 50? This is pretty awesome. So we're kicking it up to the T206 set. This is my least favorite of the 3 cards in the T206 set that Christy Mathewson has. I just upgraded this maybe 4 or 5 months ago. Got a PSA 3. I had a PSA 2 before. It was an ugly PSA 2 too. So to be able to get a 3 is pretty nice. The centering left to right is great. Top to bottom, not so good. But yeah, it's a cool card. Registration's good, color's good. And then on the back, we've got a completely normal Sweet Cap roll back. How many of these are there? 823 as of the last time I looked it up. All right, let's move up to number 33, my favorite player. Got this also in an REA auction. Oh man, this card looks way better than it is. So it's a 1.5 of the T205 set. You can see some chipping up there in the top right, and you can see some weak corners. Well, all of them, but honestly, those bottom right and bottom left. But really, that's not what's holding it back. It's a left to right crease across his face. It's not, like I can see it in the video, but it shows way more in person. But actually it looks pretty good here, to tell you the truth. We got a Sweet Cap roll back. Yeah, it's dirty. It's got some of that tobacco staining on there, which I think is absolutely cool. 3 lines of stats. It's got a write-up about them. Really cool card. Coming in again at number, man, I got to look back here, 33. All right, let's go up to 32. Ooh, I like this one. I like this one. I like this one. So I recently picked up in a Raz. I one-spotted, out of 10, I one-spotted. With number 6, guys, that's the magic number. I one-spotted a PSA 2 Polar Bear back Cy Young. This card right here. It looked a little bit better, not a lot better, but a little bit better. And it had that nice, you know, I wouldn't say rare, but more rare than Piedmont or Sweet Cap roll. Polar Bear back, and honestly, the Polar Bear back, in my opinion, is the coolest looking back. If you don't know anything about the rarity of the backs or the value of the backs, and you just looked at all the different backs visually, I think most people would say Polar Bear is the most visually, I don't know if you'd say attractive, eye-grabbing, stunning, mesmerizing, whatever word you want to use, but it grabs your attention the most because of that vivid, dark, bold, like deep blue color that it's got on the back, right? I think that's pretty cool. But, my friends, when you turn this bad boy around, we got that Sovereign back. That's what I'm talking about. And this one, I'm completely making up numbers, but I think that Polar Bear back, there were like a little over 100 of them. And with this, it was like in the high teens. So it was kind of a no-brainer once I looked at the population report. I had to keep this guy coming in at number 32. That was 32. All right, let's get up to 31. Same dude, different card. We got Cy Young, again, the T206 set. But we're ranking it up a little bit here to a PSA 3. Really nice centering all around. Top to bottom, left to right, color's great, registration's great. If you look up close, you can see some wrinkles. I don't know if I'd say they're creases, but wrinkles up and down on his body. You see it there? But man, is that a pretty card. That's a good looking card, isn't it? But then you look at the back. It's just a normal Piedmont back. Now I'm looking at that back. I don't see any wrinkles at all. So I gotta say they're wrinkles, not creases. That's the definition, right? Wrinkles don't go through, creases do. If not, that's what I'm making up now. All right, water break complete. Let's move up to number 30. Oh, this is a big boy. I've got this one pretty low ranked compared to the value. Like the card, but it doesn't really fit my collection. I love 1934 and older Hall of Famers graded by PSA. It's a little bit newer for me, but it was part of a big trade to get another card I wanted, and so I took it. And it's hard to get rid of because now I like it. So I'm keeping it, but it's got perfect centering. It's got a great color, right? I mean, this could easily pass as a 5 or a 6. You send it in a couple times. This is a phenomenal card. When other people say that about their cards, I laugh at them. I'm sure you guys are laughing at me. All right, here we go. Look at that bad boy. 49 Bowman's a cool set, man. Musial, Page, Roberts, who's the other one? The Barra card is pretty cool. There's a Snyder. That's the one I was thinking of. Just a lot of great cards in that set, and the color, the way that color hits, it's just a cool looking set, man. So there we go, coming in at number 30. Let's get up to number 29. Why is this card not locking in? There we go. 29. Ooh, it's a pretty sucker. This is a pretty sucker. PSA 2. My buddy Brian's watching. He's upset he sold me this. But yeah, I don't know who the heck Charles Bray is, but I see his collection all the time. It's kind of cool to have one in my collection that's got his name on it. One of these days I'll figure out who the heck he is. But man, the guy collected pretty cards. It's a PSA 2, and the color, the registration, the white borders, the corner sharpness, all of it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Oh, the dog's barking. Give me a second here. Come on, bud. It's okay. Come on in. You warm out there? Go get some water. All right. There we go. We had intermission. So there we go. We got a nice T206 card. But I want to show you, even though all that stuff is awesome, and this light is taking a lot of the boldness of the color off. You can see it looks a little bit better when I bring it up top. But you can see down by his name, right? The SON. Something goofy going on down there. And then in the bottom right corner, something going on down there too. When I turn it around, yeah, I don't see any issues at the back. I mean, it's got some pretty messed up centering. But other than that, that is a sharp 2, man. That's about as good as a PSA 2 gets. So there we go, coming in at number 29. That's going to be a tough one to upgrade. All right, 28. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Hank Aaron, home run champion. We're all thinking it, right? He's a home run champion. We can say it. It's a PSA 2, and I tell you, the centering absolutely sucks. I think I'm being nice to myself when I say it's a 90-10 centering. Yeah, the corners are a little rounded, but everything about it, other than the corners and the centering, looks phenomenal, right? The registration's great. No major ink marks or anything like that. Color is vivid. It is awesome. It's awesome. I had an average PSA 1, and this sucker right here popped up on eBay, and I hit that buy button about as fast as you can hit a buy button, man. Good looking too. Good looking too. There's the back. That 54 top set is so cool with Ernie Banks, him. I love the Willie Mays card, the Alkaline. All of those cards are just awesome. So there we go. Mr. Hank Aaron coming in at number 28. All right, let's move it up to 27. Just got this one maybe 2-3 months ago. Love it. I love this card. I wanted it forever. It's a cool looking card. E95. Pretty good too. It's got that crease up in the top left corner, and it's got a very rounded bottom right corner, but everything inside the colored green area looks awesome. It is awesome. It's not overly dirty or anything like that. It's got those bold white borders, right? The crisp white borders. It's an awesome, awesome, awesome looking card of Eddie Plank. And then there you go. There's the back, man. Awesome card. Love this card. Love it. All right. Let's bring it up to number 26. We got another Lajoie. Is this my last Lajoie? This is my last Lajoie. So here we go. Number 26. We've got a 1915 Cracker Jack. You got the 1914 and 1915 sets. All the same, to my knowledge, except the Christy Mathewson, right? The 14 Mathewson is that horizontal view, and then the 1915 is the portrait, the vertical view. And But otherwise, all the 1914s and 15s match. Yeah, the left to right centering here sucks, but I tell you what, how in the hell you grade this a 2.5 is beyond me, man. This is at least a 3, 3.5. It could pass as a 4. This is a phenomenal card. When I saw this and it was graded at 2.5 and I knew I could get 2.5 price, I was all over it. Pretty excited about that. And guys, there are 104 of these graded by PSA when I checked. That's pretty dang cool, man. 104 of these on the planet. So there we go at number 26. All right, we're breaking the top 25. And we're doing it with one more. Yes, you got it. Christy Mathewson, man. We got his portrait card, the big one in the T206 set. And it is a crisp PSA 2, kind of like that other one, that dark cap I had, right? The front looks incredible. I can't remember what the problem with this card is, but it looks like a 4 or a 5 right here. It's awesome. It is awesome. There's got to be something wrong with the back. Is it the back? Look at that front. Woo! Look at that front. Does that not get you excited? Guys, if that doesn't get you excited, you're on the wrong channel. This is an awesome, awesome card. Yeah, there's the problem. See right in the center there? You got a little bit of, somebody stuck something to something and then something happened and now we got this. So you got a PSA 2. But it still looks pretty good, man. I'll take that all day long. You guys want to take PSA 2s like that and sell them to me for PSA 2 prices? Do it. All right, we got number 24. Ooh, it's my guy. It's my little guy, man. Love this guy. It's the only T213 coupon cigarettes card this guy right here has ever owned. And I love it. It's my favorite player. Now, this is a 1914 set, right? Mimics the T206 set from 1909 to 1911, but this one was put out in 1914. It says Type 2. I did a little bit of digging, not a lot of them. I am so sure some nerd's gonna figure out that, you know, there is a Type 1, a Type 3, whatever. I don't know what the heck those are. I can't find them all. I can see is Type 2, so this is all I know. It's got some wrinkles, creases, whatever you want to call them. Really the big difference in these cards that I see is the font and the font color on the bottom, but the depiction's pretty similar. Now, this one's a little darker, right? It's not that bold white color. It's kind of a cream. I don't know if it's because I got a dirty card or because that's the way these look. Like I said, it's the only one I've ever had. But it's got some small wrinkles, but dude, the registration, the color, all of it looks awesome. This is a great one. So I thought that was pretty cool, man. Had to get a T213. It was in a Raz, and from memory, it was a 10-spot Raz. It was literally like 2 minutes after it gone up. 2 spots were already taken. I was driving. Inappropriate to do this while driving. Don't do it, guys. But I did. I went on mid-driving, and I hit close. And I was still risking it, man. There was a 20% chance I was going to lose it. You might laugh, but the guy reminded me that 6 months prior, the same card was up, and he won it as 1 of 2 spots. I had the other 8, and I lost it. So this time I finally won it. Pretty excited about that. Adding my favorite guy, Mr. Walter Johnson, again at number, I gotta go back and look, 24. All right, 23. I might not have the T206, but I do got a Wagner, and it's pretty dang sweet, man. Got this from a really cool dude. Centering sharp. I mean, the card's beat to hell. You can see the top right corner is a big old crease. Got another crease right along his neck, going left to right. But, dude, I don't give a damn. It's Honus Wagner, baby. You know, when I see these cards, I don't know if the red is the one that's got the most cards. But I will say I haven't seen a lot of these. It says green, but I call it mint green. I haven't seen a lot of these mint greens. So I think it's pretty cool to have one of these. That last card I showed you, that T213 Johnson, had 28 graded by PSA. This one has 16. There are 16 of this card. Pretty dang cool. Pretty dang cool. There's your back. Sharp looking back. You can see at the top it says this card is something of a set of the following blah 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 blah. There's a little bit of paper loss right there. But man, that's a pretty card. That is a pretty card, boy. I tell you what. All right, what are we at here? We are at, oh yeah, number 22. This is one of my favorite cards. in all of collecting as well. This one I'm trying to upgrade. That right edge, there's barely a border. It's pretty beat up. Everything inside is awesome. And I'm usually not a border guy, but that border's just, that's all I see, man. I know it's ugly. It's ugly. You're probably all annoyed right now, and I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. But I don't care. It's my card. I want to trade it. But this is one of my favorite cards in all collecting. I think it's one of the prettiest out there, man. Just a nice, close portrait, that bright yellow that just makes the face pop. And then you got that blue that makes the yellow pop. It's pretty dang awesome. So there we go, coming in at number 22. What is this card? Oh, I paid a pretty penny for this. I think I paid way too much. These were well, I wouldn't say cheap, but reasonably affordable a year ago. And all of a sudden I went to buy one and they skyrocketed in price. But I had to get one. So I got one. And this is it. And it's a beautiful too. Looking at it in this video, you can't see, but the color is a vivid emerald green. It looks like the same green from that infamous T206 Cobb. Did you know the word infamous means you did something bad? I use it all the time incorrectly. Famous, well-known is what I should be saying. Critiquing myself here. Man, these cards look so much better in the video than they do in real life. Along, left to right, along his chest, right where it says Cleveland, there are some surface, I don't know if they're wrinkles or creases, what they are. You really can't see them that well in this video. Even though the video looks great, man, you can't see them for whatever reason. But it is accurately graded at a PSA 2. And that bad boy right there comes in at number 21. All right, we're gonna kick off the top 20 with one of my favorite cards. Now, a lot of you, if you're going off of value, I don't think the value of this card is all that much compared to a lot of the other cards in this top 50. But I love it. I love this card, man. I think it's one of Christy Mathewson's coolest cards. Centering's pretty good. The borders actually look like foil on this one. If you get some of the lower graded, dirtier gold borders, they just look gold. But if you get one of the nicer ones, it actually looks like something you'd wrap your Christmas gifts with. And I'm not talking about the wrapping itself. I'm talking about like the ribbon that goes around the wrapping. It looks awesome. He's got a great image right in the center. The greens with the golds with the blacks. It's just flipping awesome. And it's in a 3.5. Pretty fired up about that. And then again, it's got a polar bear back. What the heck is all of that, those brown black spots? I can't talk for T205, but in T206, you get those spots all over polar bear cards. But on the polar bear cards in T206, it's like a vivid, deep blue back. So I always assumed it had something to do with that ink, like seeping through or something. You don't have that on these, so I don't know what the heck that's from, but it looks like the same doggone thing. If you know, go put it in the comments. All right, guys, that's number 20. Let's get up to number 19. Value-wise, this one's actually lower than it probably should be. But again, I like older cards. But this is a beautiful PSA 2 of a card I wanted since I was about 7 years old. And it's one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful, Jackie Robinson cards. The first top set, we've got the Jackie Robinson here. And vivid red. That's what really grabs you, right? And it contrasts so wonderfully from his dark blue hat and his darker face. And it's just, man, it's a pretty card of this guy. Left to right is awesome. Top to bottom sucks. But it's got something going from his right ear, I guess that'd be his left ear, but when you're looking at it, the right ear, down across the bottom right side of his neck and into the K in Jackie. I don't know if it's a crease or what the heck it is. It doesn't look like a crease. It looks like kind of like powder or snow. But the fact that it's in such like a perfect line makes me think it's got to be a really weak crease or something. But there you go. Now, I know some of these have black backs and red backs. I don't know if all of them have it. And I remember looking it up. I think it's like, you know, the lower have this and the upper whatever. But I have no idea if this is more rare, less rare, if there's only rare, I don't know. But yeah, there we go. Jackie Robinson. One of the coolest damn cards on the planet. What was that, 19? So we're moving up to 18. Here is my other M116. I lost my damn mind when I won this. I went all flipping in an auction. Love of the game auctions. And I was texting all of my favorite baseball card friends saying, oh my God, what do you think it's going to go for? Do you think my bid is high enough? Do you think I'm going to win? What's going on? And they were all sick of me. But finally, they could all rest easily knowing I'd won and I wouldn't be bugging the hell out of them anymore. But yeah, I got it. And it's an awesome card, man. This was before I had the other plank. Didn't have a plank, wanted a plank. And I love that it's the same depiction used in the T206 set. Centering's awesome, top to bottom, left to right, clean crisp card, clean crisp borders, clean crisp corners. This card is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I placed a lot more, still do, value on it than I think a lot of the people who I was talking to. So this is probably higher than most of you would have it, but I don't give a damn, man. I love this card. Love it. There we go. All right. What's that, number 18? Oh, dude, I love 17. This is one of my favorite cards. And honestly, of the rest of the cards, this is the newest card I've got left at number 17. Look at that, a 54 Wilson Franks Ted Williams. And it's awesome looking, man. It is awesome looking. Now, I'll tell you, when you get up close, how many of these are there? 192 of these available. If you get up close, God, this video makes these cards look amazing. Right above his belt buckle, going left to right, there is a crease. But man, you cannot see it in this video very well. I saw it a little bit, but not very well. But it's a stunner, man. Look at that swing. Like just a random bag of hot dogs. Kind of cool. It's the only one you're going to see that on, you know. And a lot of these too were graded very low because they were in packs of hot dogs, right? So you had the hot dog juice all over them, staining them. This one didn't get any. And yeah, I got that elusive PWCC sticker that everybody likes to joke about. Dude, that's a sharp card. Good luck ever getting that one out of my hands, man. I love it. Awesome, awesome card. Awesome card. All right, let's move up to number 16. This is one of the ones I spent the least amount on. So I might have this one highly ranked too, but I love it, dude. Does that guy not look like the coolest dude at the bar back in 1850? Right, look at that mustache. Hey, ladies. Right? You can see him like winking and like rubbing his hand on his holster where he's got his 6-shooter. It's a pretty dang cool card, man. This guy looks like he would like to kick butt after the baseball game and then show up to the baseball game with a black eye, drinking whiskey, right? What a cool dude. And then it's got that bright, vivid Boston going across his chest. This dude could not look cooler. And then it's got the new Lighthouse label, which I like. And there we go. Kind of a weird set, right? Not all baseball players. They got, let's read it here, oarsmen, wrestlers, pugilists or pugilists, I don't know, rifle shooters, billiard players, pool players. Interesting set. But how many sets in recent times have we seen play off of this, what is it, 1887 or 1888 Allen Ginter set? Pretty dang cool. All right, there we go at number 16. All right, let's get up to 15. This is the one that sparked the idea for the video. Got it today. Very, very, very excited about this card. Wanted it for a long time. It is a really nicely centered Ted Williams rookie. Again, 1939 play ball. Not a big fan of the set, but I do love the DiMaggio. I do love the Williams. This one's got pretty solid centering. I'd say the left to right is you know, maybe 60-40, a little fatter on that left side. Top to bottom, probably the same thing, right? Bottom's a little bit fatter, but really good centering on this card. Not a lot of snow. You've got a little bit on his nose, a little bit by that elbow sticking out, and then there's a little bit back here kind of behind his jersey. But other than that, it looks sharp. This line you're seeing right here, that's light. That's not part of the card. God, look at that. Dude, that is an iconic card. I am so amped up about this card. It's awesome. This card is awesome. This guy's one of the best players in history. Arguably the best hitter in history. Possibly contributed the most to the improvement of baseball hitting in history. Now, I didn't know this. Somebody pointed this out in a group I'm in on Facebook the other day, but the word Ted Williams up at the top, this one apparently is a little less rare because all of it is capitalized. There's another version I see my buddy's got where the T and the W are capitalized, but the rest of the letters are lowercase, and apparently that is a little bit rarer. So, I don't know. I saw it, so I know it's true. I don't know if it's truly rare or not, but I trust the guy. He's smarter than me. Just kind of cool to think about. But yeah, dude, there it is, number 15. How cool is that? All right, let's get up to number 14. I couldn't let it beat this card, man. A Lou Gehrig rookie, are you kidding me? So there's two of these. Number 92 and number 160, I'm making that up. I think 160, assuming that's what the number is a little bit rarer, but neither one, in my opinion, is overly rare. This one's got 1,544 copies. And this one's got some creases, right? Centering's pretty nice. The depiction, all that stuff, the color, it's all very nice. But you can see creases going top to bottom right through his arms and his back leg there. But it's sharp, man. This is great for a 1.5. It's got that newer label I like. And then flipping it around to the back. Dude, what a cool flipping card. Again, another iconic card in collecting. There we go. Lou Gehrig rookie, number 14. All right, we're getting up to 13. Oh, look at this cat. Ooh, it's a pretty sucker. How many of these are there? I want to say it's 19. There are 19. 6 higher. 6 higher. Now, there are several sets in card collecting that have this, the throwing depiction, and also a batting depiction, right? It's very red, white, and blue, and it's a side shot of him swinging a bat. But I'll tell you, having seen this card, because I'd never seen an E106 before, the real big difference, in my opinion, between this and those other sets is there's like a coat of gloss over this. And I'll bring it up closer to the camera. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's a coat of gloss. So it's got some cracking in it. And I wonder, is that cracking the card or is it the gloss? And I don't know, but honestly, it's Honus Wagner, so I don't care. But yeah, you can see, oh, those have got to be creases. That's the card. But look at that. I'm whispering on purpose. Oh my God. That sunset. You beautiful man. Look at that. God, that's cool. And yes, I did buy it for the PWCC sticker. All right, let's move it up, guys. Number 12. The ugliest case in my collection, but to some, my best card. Oh, you really get to see me here. I can wave. Hi. So there he is, Mr. King Kelly, again with his badass mustache, his cool haircut, and instead of Boston, this time he's sporting the big old Chicago across the chest. My favorite thing is not the fact that this is from 86-87, 1886-87. My favorite thing is not the fact that this is the only depiction of this card graded by SGC. My favorite thing is that it says $10,000 Kelly down there in the bottom left. I think that is so doggone cool. This is an awesome card. I didn't know this about Old Judge cards, but this is the one set that I know of where they don't, like collectors, the guys who really follow this stuff, they don't really value these cards so much based on the grade as they do how like deep and heavy and bold the ink is, right? And this one is nice. God, that's pretty. Dude, that is, let's say 1886. That's 14 plus 22 is, oh my God, you guys are seeing my weaknesses now. 14 and 22 is 36. This is 136 years old. The back is pretty ugly. paper loss, all kinds of sticky stuff. Who knew what Brian did to this before he gave it to me? But I don't blame him. Look at that sucker. Yeah. All right, so there we go, number 12. So if that's number 12, we got 11. Oh, I didn't even explain this. What order are these in? Is it by value? No, it's not by value. It's by how much I like them. I literally think, which am I less likely to ever trade? And that's how I put them in order. Has nothing to do with value, although it's obviously correlational. Here's number 11. Boom. Boom. I told you I thought the 52 Topps was the prettiest. And if you rewind it, you might hear me pause a little bit. I don't know if I did it out loud, but I certainly did it in my head. This is the other one where I thought, this one's kind of pretty too. This one's got great centering, top to bottom, left to right. I love the pop of that bright yellow, that blue hat, the dark exterior of his face. It's just pop, pop, pop. This is one of the most iconic cards in collecting. And I love iconic cards. This is a badass card, man. Cool card. Never thought I'd own one. And when it popped up for sale, I wasn't even looking for one. But I saw it. I thought it was a solid price. It was a beautiful, beautiful too. In fact, let me hold it up close here. I don't see, I mean, bottom right corner, you got a little crease there. Other than that, I don't know if I see any other creases. Like, dude, this is a beauty. It's a beauty. All right, there we go. All right, we get into the top 10. Is this top 10? This is top 10, guys. We've got the top 10. Here's a 1910 E93 standard caramel tie cob. Woo! That's a sexy man. Now, this again is very low graded if you're only looking at the front. The back has some problems. Yeah, it's got that crease going across his arm on the left there and his waist. But dude, this is a great 2, maybe a 2.5. Till you turn it around. And then you're like, oh yeah, that should be a 1. But I got to pay one price for a 2, 2.5 front. I'll do that all day long. I think this is such a cool card. So there we go. Starting off the number 10. Number 9. I need a drum roll. I don't have one. It's going to get cob heavy here, folks. Get ready. So there we go. In my opinion, the least attractive of the 4 cobs of the T206 set. And damn, it's still pretty dang attractive. We got the sweet capital back. And this is a pretty nice 1.5. It's got a crease. Where's the crease? I'm looking at the video, can't see the crease. I look over here. Dude, where is the crease? Oh, I see it now. I gotta get really close to it. So it's up, if you see in the here, I'll point to it. Where's my finger? There it is. See right there, that little in the border? And then it goes all the way over to his cap. There you can kind of see it a little bit. That's it. That's what's holding it back. Yeah, it's got crappy corners too. But everything in the center there is whoo pretty. That's a pretty card. Got a little bit of adhesive. Don't care. I'll take adhesive in a lower price all day long. Love this card. Cobb. Who doesn't love Cobb? All right, let's get up to number 8. God, this is a pretty card too, man. Cy Young E90-1 has 2 Cy Youngs. One's an ugly orange one and one's this beautiful red one. And I love this card. I love, again, that bright, vivid red back, the starkness of his white uniform, and then again, pow, pow, 2 bright red B and an A. And dude, that is Cy Young. You're the best pitcher in the best baseball league on the planet. You get the Cy Young Award. This dude has like virtually every record ever. He started like 1 million baseball games. I don't know how he had an arm left. The dude was an animal. An animal. And I got this sucker in a 3. Dude, that's another one. Good luck ever getting that card off me, man. That's a sexy stunner right there. All right, let's get back to my favorite player, Mr. Walter Johnson. We got 2 more Walter Johnsons on this. Well, this one and 1 more. But this, in my opinion, might be the prettiest Walter Johnson card in all of collecting. And I've got a beautiful, nicely centered, great color, great registration, white bordered version with a new flip and a PSA 3, baby. God, that's a good looking card. Look at that card. Look at him. Good luck saying a no. No to that guy. You want to go on a date? Yes. Walter, I do. You're buying? Yeah, I'll buy. I don't care. He's a good looking dude, man. Look at that guy. Collar flipped, popped. I gotta start getting away with that. I don't think my wife would like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I gotta start popping my collar, man. That back looks good. God, it's a good looking card. All right, where are we at? That was number 7. Oh my God, we got 6 left. All right, if you guys like Cobb, we got a couple of them coming here. You'll like this. So here we got a beautiful red portrait. Left to right centering's a little off. Top to bottom's not too bad. But it's a good depiction of Cobb. It's a great 2, right? And it's a polar bear. Now, here's what I'm talking about. Look right up here. Where's my finger? There it is. Right up there. And then over here along the border. And then he's got some spots, like there's one down there and there's a couple over here. That is what you see when you see a polar bear. I don't know why. But that's a good looking Cobb, is it not? And there is that blue back that is just so freaking cool. The first time you see a T206 polar bear back, you're like, wow, wow. It's pretty dang cool, man. So there we go, number 7. All right, let's get up to number 6. Surprise, surprise. It's another Cobb. So this one is my, is that true? Boom, 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 boom. Yep, it is true. My highest graded Cobb in my entire collection of PSA 2.5. Yep, I'm cheap. I go with the cheap stuff, man. But it's got a nice new label, that Lighthouse label. It's arguably the prettiest card in all of T206 with that beautiful sunset, sunrise, whatever it is, in the stoic look into Everness by Mr. Cobb there. It's the bat off. Now, I love a stark white border. I just think it makes the rest pop. I know this is a 2.5, but I think this one eventually will be traded for a better version. But I will say this one looks pretty good. Trust me, I'm not, I appreciate it. It's beautiful. Back, doesn't really matter. It's just a back. All right, we got top 5. Is that 5? I think I'm off. 4. That was number 5. Now we're moving up to number 4. I don't know if I was saying that right the whole time or not, but whatever. Either way, you're probably entertained. Or you've left already. All right, so we got the Ty Cobb. This is the best Ty Cobb in T206. If you don't believe me, you're wrong. It's beautiful. And I'll tell you, at the time, I think I overpaid on this one. Now it's probably appropriately priced for what I paid. But the top portion, everything from his eye up, it's a little wrinkled. But the centering is great. Left to right is great. Top to bottom's good. Color's good. It pops. Registration's good. It's an awesome one, dude. Nothing wrong with the back. Back's good. That's an awesome one. Awesome one. Awesome. Oh, most important part. Don't forget that PWCC sticker, baby. Yeah. All right, we got the top 3. This is my last Walter Johnson card. And it might be it's number 3, so I guess it is my favorite. It is a smoking PSA 6. Sharp corner. Everything about this is awesome. Everything's awesome. Everything is awesome. That's this card. They made that song after this card. Let's get it up close. Look at that bad boy. Right there. He's smiling while he's staring at the batter, knowing he's going to give one of those sidewinder pitches and strike this dude out. And then he's going to take his wife out, eat a big steak, and bring her back home and just smoke a big old cigar. Look at that guy. Honestly, for a 6, the back's kind of ugly. I don't know that I ever noticed that before. But yeah, there we go. Number 3, man. Coolest dude on the planet, Walter Johnson. All right, number 2 is the man, Mr. Babe Ruth. In my opinion, the most, and I don't think this is a very argued opinion, the most collectible guy in all of collecting. PSA 2.5, man. They got 4 of these in the Goudey set. They got the red and the yellow that look exactly the same, except the other one's got a yellow background. They got the batting pose, which is my all-time favorite card, and then they got that ugly green one. But look at that. Dude, that is awesome. Corners suck. They're rounded. But I don't see... Let me look over here. Yeah, I don't see any wrinkles. I don't see any creases. I don't see anything, man. It's just got crappy corners. Dude, that is Babe flippin' Ruth. Does that not blow your mind? There's 1,095 of these graded when I looked it up. That's crazy. Oh my God, I love these cards. Look at that. Dude, this is like museum stuff right here. This is pretty awesome. So there we go, Babe Ruth. All right, what's number 1? What is number 1? This is my favorite card. I honestly could buy a card worth 3 times more, and I doubt it would take this one out as my favorite card ever. Here it is. Another Babe Ruth, right? This is my favorite pose, my favorite card, my favorite colors, my favorite everything. Now, of the 4 in the Goudey set, this is the easiest to get. I told you the last one had 1,095. This one's got 1,510, right? But it's an amazing 2. That bottom right corner, usually you can't see it in real life. Here you can see it pretty well. That bottom right corner has a crease in it, but otherwise everything about it's awesome. This little black thing over here on the left, that's like some sort of ink mark or something. It's not a pinhole. I thought it was a pinhole. But dude, the edges are pretty sharp. The corner's pretty sharp. That is a smoker for a 2, dude. This is awesome. Look at those colors. Red, brown, green, brown, yellow, blue, Babe Ruth, batting, America, Eagles. Oh my gosh. It's got a nice back. Dude. And I love that it says cost Red Sox less than 3,000 in 1914, but then the Yankees got them for 125. The curse. So there it is, guys. There it is. Where'd the old crease go? There it is. There it is. Top 50 with a couple of extra honorable mentions in the beginning. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do I have some high, have some low? You got some upgrades for me? Man, I'd love to upgrade. Otherwise, thanks for joining me. And if you decide to do a top 50 video, please share it with me, tag me, DM it to me, whatever it to me. I'd love to see it. Guys, have an awesome day.